What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Now, what I want to talk about today is the reality, the truth, and the harshness of what it actually takes to build an online fitness coaching business. And I feel like a lot of people are coming into this space very, very optimistic, which is great. I love that. But they get their bubbles burst as soon as they hit their first roadblock. And there takes a lot of mindset work in entrepreneurship. There takes a lot of inner work in entrepreneurship. And I want to give you guys the proper expectations so that way you guys don't get stopped at the very first challenge that you guys run into and think, oh, this is too hard. I want to quit, right? So I want to give you guys the reality before you step into the arena so that way you guys can have a successful journey as you're building your business. Now, let's back it up a little bit. Let's go back to 2014, which is where I started my online fitness coaching journey. I don't necessarily want to say I started my online coaching business back then, but that's where I started the journey that eventually led me down to starting an online fitness coaching business. Now, back then, if I knew that online fitness coaching was a thing, then I would have started straight with that. But back then, it wasn't really a thing. Online fitness coaching was just meal plans and workout plans that you emailed to your clients. But even then, I didn't know where those coaches were. I didn't know how those coaches did it. It wasn't popularized on social media. All there was on social media was people who built large followings very, very quickly and sold $15 workout plans online. And that's the route that I took. And, I think I made like 3 sales, sold like three $25 workout plans and made $75, but that was really it. And there was no guides, there's no mentors, there's no online courses or anything. And so it was really just reading from old books from the 80s and trying to figure out how that even applies to, the current world today. Fast forward over the years, more and more people start getting into social media, more people start getting into fitness, more and more people start taking their fitness seriously, and personal training and the fitness space just absolutely blows up. But it wasn't really until 2017 where I first heard of online fitness coaching. So it was a 3-year long journey where fitness on social media was strictly brand deals, mass market selling, and sponsorships. And then over the course of the years, more and more people were able to start building successful businesses without needing a huge audience. What was I doing during that time? I was trying to build a YouTube following or trying to build an Instagram following, because back then that was the only real route that you can go. You couldn't really start a business and make 6 figures doing online coaching with 300 to 500 to maybe even 1,000 followers. That wasn't really a thing. No one knew how to do it. But back in 2017, 2018, that's when the first mentors, the first courses started hitting the market. And it was really just a blue ocean. I feel like a lot of people were able to get into it. That's kind of when I got into it. It took me a little bit to hit my first 10K month. I started the business back in 2017, 2018. And it wasn't until 2020 where I was able to, hire a mentor that helped me hit my first 10K month 45 days after hiring him. But fast forward to now. Now everyone knows how to online coach. Everyone's a fucking online coach. Everyone is in the fitness space. Everyone has a personal training page. Everyone has a fitness page. You cannot throw a rock and miss. Imagine throwing a rock. If I threw a rock, I'm going to hit an online fitness coach. I feel like the market's been saturated, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. It just means that you have to have proper expectations and a good head on your shoulders in order for you to compete, because now it is competitive. And so let's break into the realistic expectations that you need to have when starting an online fitness coaching business. Now, the first thing that you need to understand is that it's not easy, right? Building a business is not easy. Sure, the systems and the process of doing so can be made easy with mentorship and courses like what we provide in our program, but it does require work. So if you are getting into the space and you want to build a side business to complement your 9-to-5 income and just have just make some side hustle money, you're going to get destroyed and you're going to have a hard time getting your business off the ground, because there are hundreds of coaches, thousands of coaches out there that have made this their absolute full-time thing, and they're 110% on it, and they're the ones who are crushing the marketplace and getting all the market share. Because the thing is, if you're doing this as a side business, your clients are not going to take you seriously as a coach, and the only clients you're going to get are the clients that want to pay cheap rates. So if you're doing this as a side thing, just be prepared. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long, brutal battle. But if you've decided that you're going to be an online coach and this is what you want to do with your life, then you commit 110%, because there's still plenty and plenty of people that you can help and you can transform lives, but they have to see that you're taking this serious as well. And you have to be able to invest the time into yourself to build your value as a coach. Now, the second thing is that it's not going to be quick, right? People are expecting. I even see people in my program where I tell them it's 6 to 12 months, 6 to 12 months, 6 to 12 months. And after month 3, they quit because they send out a couple messages here and there. No one responds. No one replies. Well, why would they reply? You just started this business. Why would anyone take you seriously in this space when you're just getting started and you're expecting to make, 10 grand out of the ether as side money because you thought that this would be a quick thing? Right. So if you have the expectations that this is going to be a quick business that you can build on the side, make 10 grand a month, you're going to get crushed. You're going to have your bubble burst. And frankly, the market does not want people like that and does not reward people like that. But if you took the approach that I took, where all I wanted to do was help people, all I wanted to do was get transformations, all I wanted to do was prove myself as a coach in the marketplace and work for free and get transformations and prove to the world that I could be an online coach and invest in myself, in my skill sets of getting people results, then you will be successful if you follow that path and understand that it is going to take a long time, right? It's going to take 6 to 12 months. Why? Because you have a lot of skills to learn. You need to prove yourself in the marketplace. You need to gain traction by working with enough people. And oftentimes that's going to be working with people for free. So that way in a year from now, people can come to you and not even bat an eye at the rates that you charge because you have so much value in the marketplace. So that's number 2, is understand that it is not an overnight success. It is not a quick thing. Number 3 is that you have to be consistent with social media, right? You've heard the quote, how you do one thing is how you do everything, and it's not true. I've seen so many fitness coaches that are so consistent with their diet, so consistent with their exercise, but they can't be consistent with social media and they can't be consistent with their business. How in shape you are has nothing to do with how successful you're going to be in business. And that is a harsh reality, because I've seen many, many fitness coaches that have everything that they need to be successful, but they cannot get a grasp on their personal habits when it comes to creating content and being consistent with social media. Now, the coaches that are crushing it, doing 10K a month, 20K a month, even the clients that we have doing $50,000 a month as an online fitness coach, they're the ones that are extremely consistent. I'm talking stories, feed posts, YouTube, every single day. For example, we have a coach right now, his name is Brett Benny, doing a challenge, a 30 days, 30 reels challenge. And within 8 days of creating content and posting every single day consistently, his following has grown like 20%, right? He started our program with 0 followers, a brand new page. And he's now just closed, he hasn't closed, but he just gained 3,000 followers because he's been extremely diligent with his consistency on social media. Most people I see are not ready to put that work in. They can't even get in front of the camera and speak because they're afraid of their own voice, or they're afraid of how they look, or they're so self-conscious because it's not perfect, and then they won't post, and then it goes 5 days without them posting. And then they wonder, why am I not seeing clients? Well, it's because you're not showing up for your damn job, right? If this was a 9 to 5, you would get fired because you're not doing the work. You're not doing the work that's required to build the business. The work that's required is showing up every single day, consistently, right? Creating content, showing up, putting yourself out there. You need to be ready to put in that work, right? So if you're coming into this with the expectation that you're going to post once a week, I'm sorry, you're going to get crushed, right? So you need to be consistent. But if you're ready to put in the work and you understand that it's going to take time with consistency, then you will absolutely murder the competition because no one out there is doing what it takes to be successful. That's why the people who are doing $10, $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a month in their coaching business are doing it easily, and they're able to sweep up and hit big numbers because they're just focused on the one thing that's going to drive their business, and that's taking daily action on posting, on showing up, on lead gen, on sales. Whereas the people who are getting crushed are wondering why they're not being successful, and it's because they're not consistent with the work at all. I'm sorry to tell you, but posting 3 times a week just isn't enough when there's someone out there who's doing the same business that's posting 7 times a week, maybe even more, right? Number 4 is that you actually need to change as an individual on the inside. A lot of people who are coming from a 9-to-5 background, you guys are so self-conscious about the way that people think about you or what other people are going to say that you haven't yet stepped into the true leadership that's going to be required to inspire people to work with you. You need to understand that if someone's going to pay you money, they need to see you as a leader because you are in a leadership position to inspire someone to take change and to look at you for questions and answers. So a lot of people have spent their entire life listening to others, asking what others' opinions are, valuing their opinion in the sense of, hey, if this person says this, I'm going to do that, and I'm not going to respect my own opinion on what I think, right? And so when you're stepping into coaching and building a business, you are stepping into a leadership position, which means you are driving your own ship. So you have to actually change as an individual in order to inspire other people to follow you, because that's what you're doing. When someone opts in to your business and hires you, they are following you. And so you need to lead them, which requires real change going on the inside. Because if you are, you can be a shell of a human and say, hey, I can help you. And then deep down, you're like, why is no one listening to me? Well, would you follow yourself into war? Would you listen to yourself? Would you hire yourself as a leader, as someone to lead other people to health, right? So that's number 4. You need to actually change and step into leadership. Now, number 5 is you actually need to ask for help, right? I think the saying goes, the loudest child gets fed the most or something like that. I could have totally botched that. But you need to ask for help, right? I had a client one time who was really frustrated about the lack of support that they received, right? Whereas other people are receiving a ton of support. But my thought process is you need to be responsible enough and accountable enough to know when you need support and reach out for support. We, obviously with our program, we have a system in place where we check in on our students pretty damn consistently. But if someone's not responsive, if someone's not booking their one-on-one calls, if someone's not open to receiving support, that is a responsibility on them of why they're not getting the resource, because they're not open to receiving it. And so if you're starting a business, you have to ask for help and really lean on the support systems that you have in order to guide you to where you're looking to go. I feel bad for any coach that gets me as a client because I am going to ask them so many questions all the time, as many questions as possible, because I truly want to learn and understand and become a better student and so I can become a better leader, right? The more information I gather on how to do things correctly and making sure that I have the proper guidance, the more successful I know I'm going to be. So you need to be able to ask for support and be obnoxious and not worry about asking too many questions too frequently, because the people who ask more questions and show up and receive support are the people who are going to be more successful. And they're also going to be the ones that receive more support than the other students. So those are my harsh realities when it comes to starting an online coaching business. Do not get into this space if you're looking for a quick buck or a get-rich-quick scheme or something that's going to be easy that you can build on the side. The space isn't like it used to be, almost 10 years ago. Right now, there's a lot of competition. The market's saturated, but that does not mean that you need to be, or that you can't be successful. You absolutely can. You just have to have the expectations that you are going to need to give this your all. Right? You're going to need to invest in yourself. You're going to need to give it 100% of your time. You're going to need to be consistent, and you need to take this seriously. That's pretty much what it is. So this is essentially just a fair warning to those people who are, looking to get into the space because they like fitness coaching and they think that they can make a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 a month, right? Doing this on the side. It's not for you. It's for the people who actually want to change lives, who actually want to make an impact through the business, who want to do this full time. And it's for the people who want to actually change their life in a big way. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you do this on the side for a couple extra $100 and a couple extra $1,000, your life isn't going to change. Right? But for the person who's looking to make a full-time income, $5,000 to $10,000 a month, their life is going to radically change, and it's for them. So Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.